Hey guys, my name is Sebastian Garcia and this is a channel where we forget about the bad things and look at some of the good and interesting things that happened today. The first story is from Valladolid, Spain. A group of researchers have analyzed 40 different types of beer. Sounds like an excuse to drink, but they did find an interesting thing about beer. Darker beers such as Guinness do have a higher level of iron in them. Iron is an essential part of your diet because it creates proteins that carry the oxygen through your veins, which makes them healthier. So make your alcoholism healthy and have a darker beer next time. Anyway, it's just a cool little short story for you guys that I thought might be a little interesting. Now from Spain, we go to America. So the economy is the one national situation that is scary. It is. Quite scary. So I compiled a segment with 4 different stories about the economy, all in just a minute and a half. 1 minute and a half of awesome, positive economic news. Ready? Go. First, a huge misconception when people say that China and Japan are going to take over because we owe them so much money. But America owes America 9.8 of the $14.2 trillion that it's in debt. What? America owes America? Yes, we owe the US Treasury and the Social Security Trust Fund all that money. Also attached an article explaining how China is even more in debt than America. So relax. The only time we have to worry about China or Japan catching up is when their per capita GDP is close to ours. Exactly. Next story. Something that actually affects every day. Gas is cheaper. At the beginning of the summer, it was averaging about $3.90, $4 per gallon, and it's down to about an average of $3.60, and it's expected to go down another 50 cents within the next coming weeks, which is great. My typical gas bill, $60. Happy news? Definitely. Since we're talking about buying stuff, keeping it simple, all you have to know is that consumption makes up most of this GDP formula. With this in mind, we haven't stopped shopping. Go to a mall any waking hour of the day. It's always full. It's ridiculous. But people are looking for deals, and because of that, shopping malls or outlet malls are becoming more popular and many are springing up around the country. This is great because construction increases jobs, jobs increase disposable income equals consumption, and by doing so it's a cycle that always helps the economy even more. Final story, top companies hiring this week. These are companies that desperately need people, from anything from sales associates to management. They're not companies that are accepting applications, but they're actually hiring on the spot or within the next couple days. Here they are: Macy's, T-Mobile, United Health Group, Siemens, and Tavana. Done. Now wasn't that great? So many good news about the economy. Nowhere else you're gonna get that. I'm just saying. Now from America we go to England for the next 2 stories. First one is a follow-up story about the riots. Just real quick, because I did say that the riots became something about stealing, and on the surface that is very true. But there's also more to it. The story is about the psychological aspect, and it explains how even though the standard of living and our consumer-based economy has thrived through the years, personal satisfaction has gone down, and by doing so it creates frustration and disconnection to one's country. And because of that, when people have a chance to revolt or just, take their frustration out, they do so. And it's also a side that is a possibility when we talk about these riots. It doesn't mean it's acceptable, but it's something you look at. I don't know, it is what it is. Next story. The Otesha Project. Now here's something trying to kill like 5 birds with 1 stone. College grads seek internships, jobs, and overall they need experience. What the Otesha Project does, it gives jobs and internships to all these unemployed grads. They also talk about how recent grads, because when they can't find a job, frustration, desperation happens, and they turn to alcohol and drugs, and by giving them jobs, they're avoiding this. And since the Otesha Project does deal with large corporations because it is in the green industry, it also allows for networking outlets for all these grads. It really is a project trying to do a lot of things at once, and that's why they're sitting to the day. It's an organization making a profit while still being socially and environmentally conscious. How it should be. So green jobs in London. Now from London we go back to America for some magic. Well, it's not really magic, but it seems like it. It's called the Drought Master. Terry LeBlue is a Texan resident that created a machine that essentially gets humid air and turns it into drinkable water. This machine is such a cool machine, and it has so much potential. It can help farms out during droughts, create drinkable water in countries that don't have it, and create a cost-effective method to create drinkable water. This is the future because even though 2/3 of our planet is water, a small percentage of that is actual drinkable water. But things like this can be the solution. Now another water story that isn't so great. A small 12-year-old boy was caught underwater for 20 minutes. After a girl saw him, he was rescued. Now he was declared dead, but the doctors told the parents that if revival was a possibility, he would probably come back as a vegetable or have a neurological problem. Now, a couple hours later, great news, the boy's fine. He wakes up and it's taken a couple hours to be able to walk again, but aside from that, he's more than fine. So it's good to know that even though accidents do happen, all is well after. Now on to our final story. In an effort to make the world a safer place, 911 is being updated. Soon you can text, send videos, or like always call 911 in case of an emergency. Now, that'll not just help the authorities when dealing with a case when things do go wrong, but if you're being robbed or hiding and you can't really talk, a text message will be useful. Now, it's good to know that things like 911 are catching up to the times and in turn making us safer. So guys, the world really was good today and a little bit safer too. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe as it does get the word out that the world was good today. Well guys, it's Tuesday, August 16th, and the world really was good today, and I will see you guys on Friday.